PC is doing the majority of the legwork there. It's also worth noting, having used one of the earlier development kits for the Oculus, plus having used the latest version of Gear VR, there really isn't any comparison. Gear VR is pretty good, especially for viewing media, but when it comes to gaming, Gear VR is not an ideal platform. The most impressive title on the platform right now is called Eve Gunjack, which is a turret game, and it's pretty cool, don't get me wrong, but it's nowhere near the immersive kind of experience that people are really expecting from VR. The phone simply isn't driving high enough resolution and high enough frame rate, as well as high enough field of view to really provide that kind of experience. And games like Eve Gunjack are not really fully featured games. They're just turret sections. You know, they're demonstrations of the technology. Fun demonstrations, don't get me wrong, but by no means fully fleshed out titles. Even if we did consider the price of the Samsung phone to be part of the contract, ergo not $700 on its own, you're still looking at an experience which, at least on paper, is objectively inferior to what the Oculus and the Vive is going to be offering. On that basis, I find it very difficult to get up in arms about the price tag. I think, if anything, this is a warning against fandom. I made the mistake of heading over to the Oculus subreddit today, and it was full of, "You were the chosen one," and "hype train derailed," and all this kind of thing. Well, I mean, they're a fan club, let's be honest. These are people that have been following Oculus development for years and have driven themselves into a hype frenzy, and now that hype train has been derailed by the crushing reality of what the price tag on this thing actually is. Surely the lesson here is not to get on the hype train in the first place, is to just wait for the final product. We see this a lot in gaming. Visual downgrades are a common problem with upcoming titles, but I would say that a visual downgrade is certainly a more egregious sin than pricing a product higher than expected on launch. One of those is quite literally false advertising in terms of the visual downgrade. If you show a game and then the final product doesn't look as good, then you've been advertising while shilling your pre-orders, by the way, a product that quite frankly does not exist. That to me is false advertising.